running out of hands.
Surprising what two people need for a day out on the beach.
Yeah.
What's in this one?
Oh, change of clothes for the night.
Oh, well, you can have that.
Oh, thank you. Imagine this multiplied 3 times.
Why?
3 children.
Oh, God, yes. I hope they like me.
Of course they will. Adam does, and he's told them all about you.
What's he said?
Oh, that you're beautiful, and you're clever, and you're very good fun to go out with for the day.
Oh, Nick.
And his father's a very lucky man.
Keeping you busy, is she?
Oh.
I know the feeling. I'm just off shopping for Annabelle.
Something for tonight?
Yogurt. Some Middle Eastern thing. Garlic, cucumber and stuff. Doing you proud.
Can't wait.
Toowoomba and Wyola. I don't know why you do the Australian pools. If you can't get Liverpool and Spurs right, what chance do you stand with teams you've never even heard of?
Oh, yeah. Anything's worth a try. You've got to get some money from somewhere and quick.
You sure they've checked that phone bill? How can it have come to that much?
Well, they've checked all the equipment and they said it was all right. We've got to pay or we get cut off.
Where'll we find £200 from?
Don't ask me. I bet they're sharper on debts now they become privatised.
No use waiting for them, then.
Send the cheque and don't sign it.
I can't do that again. I did it last time.
But what else is there?
Plastic money. My credit card.
Yeah. Will he take it?
If you go to their place in town, they will.
It's a good idea. Put them off for a bit until we can afford to pay.
Give us a chance for them to come up.
God. It's about as much as I can take for now.
Do you never?
I do now. Question is, will I when it comes to the exam?
Well, you've done all right before.
It gets harder as you go on. Just you wait.
You're good for me, do you know that?
I had noticed.
No, I mean the way you take your work seriously.
I've no choice, have I? Don't forget these exams count for my degree.
You'll do well. I know you will.
I hope so. A good degree never does any harm. And then I'll be on my way to the big time.
Oh, God, listen to him.
Wine, women and song. Which reminds me, Tom did a bit more revision.
But you said you'd had enough.
Yeah, but if I'm going to make it with all these women, I've got to get some practice in.
I thought you were doing that all right already.
It's not just an act, you know. It's made a difference to me meeting you.
Made an even bigger difference to me. I was wondering what my mother would say if she was here.
But she's not, is she?
No.
So, what are we waiting for?
Getting used to walking, are you?
I don't miss the car, really. This is better than sitting in a traffic jam.
When it's not raining.
Gives you a different view of the world being a pedestrian. I get the exercise.
I get enough doing this. And it gives me something to do.
Just as well under the circumstances.
Yeah, well, I am looking for work, and Doug gets the paper every day. And I got 1 or 2 mates on the lookout for me.
It's not what you know, it's who you know that counts.
Is that right?
Well, that's my experience. Wish you luck.
Thanks.
Not a good time to be losing a job when you just bought a new house.
No.
Well, I must be going. We've got dinner guests.
I hope you're not all hungry.
She's just for the sauce. Annabelle's cooking something really special. She's planning on doing a lot more entertaining now I've retired.
I'm made up for you.
Well, best of luck with the job hunting.
Thanks. Very nice.
Thank you. Well, if Annabelle's taking the trouble, I thought I would too.
Can I live up to you? I wish now I'd brought my one and only suit.
You look fine. You make yourself useful.
It'll be a pleasure. So this is why you're going to marry me.
Why?
So you've got somebody to help you get dressed.
Not just.
Mm-hmm. Just so long as it's not just.
Ah.
Time over off?
Oh, not yet. Give them a chance to get through the door. We don't all want to arrive at once, do we?
Who are they, anyway?
Friend of Paul's and his wife. Second wife. Annabelle was very careful to tell me she doesn't want any social gaffes.
Right. Do they know about you and me?
I haven't told anybody yet. I thought the children should be the first to know.
Well, you're right, of course, but we are telling them tomorrow.
So you think it would be safe to let something slip tonight?
Why not? You're making an honest man of me at last. I want the world to know.
Well, they will soon enough when Harry Cross gets to hear about it.
You don't think the Collins will think it's a bit, sudden? After Tom, I mean.
Well, what if they do? What's it got to do with them? We know we're doing the right thing. That's what matters.
Mom? Hello? Is anybody there? Who are you? Oh, my name's Tracy Corkill, and I'm 19. Don't be so cheeky, I'm not telling you. Anyway, what do you want to know for? Oh, well, you just have to use your imagination, will you? We're really supposed to be talking to each other, aren't we?
This is Heather.
Hello. How do you do?
Very pleased to meet you.
How do you do? This is Nick.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Well, do sit down.
Here we are.
Oh, weren't you sitting there?
Oh, there's plenty of room.
Thank you.
Since you lost half a stone,
Well, just as well I did.
Malcolm and Sarah are very keen on keeping fit.
Annabelle, can't be too careful about health.
Particularly when you reach a certain age. They used to go jogging. Still go, do you, Sarah?
Of course.
I hope you're still keeping up the good work, Annabelle.
As a matter of fact, I've rediscovered my legs since I got rid of the car. Walking gives you a new view of the world without making you look ridiculous.
We wouldn't miss our run for anything, would we, darling? You see, that's how we met each other.
That was some time ago.
We did the same circuit every day, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and well, it was just...
How did you two meet?
Oh, nothing near so romantic, I'm afraid. She hit me.
What?
Accidentally, of course.
With my car,
Oh, there was no harm done, luckily.
except to the bank dance.
Oh, yes.
What do you want to know for? Oh, thanks. Well, it's Brookside Close, actually. But I'm not telling you what number. 'Cause I'm not. What do you do? Oh, go away. I don't believe that. Oh, well, I'm on a modelling course at the moment. And my best hobby is designing clothes.
Can I help you to a peanut?
No, I'm all right, thank you.
Taking care of the figure, eh?
You don't look as if you need to, Heather.
A woman can never be too careful, especially with strange men.
Have you known Paul and Annabelle long?
Yes, longer than I've known Sarah.
Oh.
Second marriage, you see.
Yes, for both of us.
Do you have any children?
Yes, 2 each.
Ah, do they accept things?
Yes, they took it very well, really.
Except for Emma.
Yes, well, she's at a difficult age, darling.
Not if she was handled properly.
Yes, we just don't understand her. She's got a mind of her own, always did have, even as a tiny tot.
I wouldn't know that, would I, not having known it when she was a baby?
Your stepdaughter?
Yes.
She's very bright. School doesn't stretch her at all. She really needs to go to boarding school.
Where's the money coming from?
There's plenty of slack.
I don't see it.
You would if we made a few economies.
You could start by spending less time in the bar at the golf club. Children can be difficult, can't they? How's Adam?
Fine.
He's a dab hand at cricket, I believe. Plays for the school team.
And the Cubs, and the local under-11s, and if none of those are available, he drags people in off the street.
Like me last week.
You mustn't let him be a nuisance.
Oh, not at all. It was a great pleasure. I was trying to teach him off breaks. You tell him any time he wants a game, I'll be only too glad to oblige.
I'll second that. Took years off Paul. You live next door?
No.
I do.
Oh, but Adam's your son.
He comes to visit quite often.
He's coming again tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
So you don't live together then?
Oh, no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well,
We might as well tell you.
Good news, is it?
That's good news to us.
Oh, I can't believe it, Heather.
What's it all about?
We're going to get married.
Oh, that's lovely.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I hope you'll be very happy.
I'm delighted.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I'll have to go now. OK, ta-ra.
Who is that?
Just me nan rang up for a chat.
Where from?
I don't know who.
That's funny. She said she was going to Southport to see Mrs. Neal. What's going on?
Nothing.
Give me that phone.
What for?
Get on to her, see if it really was her.
No, don't.
It's not your nan at all, is it? You've been lying to me.
All right, I rang me mate because I was bored.
Hang on, is that why our phone bill's so big? Where does this mate live? America?
No, just local. Anyone can join in.
How do you mean, anyone?
Well, it's like this chat line, and anyone can join in like a big club.
You've been phoning anyone? How long's this been going on? You've done this before, haven't you? Talking to people you don't know for God knows how long, and we've been paying for it. When's the big day, then?
Tomorrow.
She means the wedding, not telling the children.
Oh, we haven't decided yet.
Well, I'd certainly recommend Annabelle to do the catering. This really is delicious.
Thank you. We haven't made any arrangements yet.
Oh, you'll make a beautiful bride. Long white frock job, eh?
Oh, no.
Nobody bothers about the meaning of that kind of thing anymore.
It's a second marriage.
No, you look far too young.
Oh, it's quite true.
Oh, so you've been through hell too, hmm?
What?
Well, divorce, it put years on me.
It doesn't always have to be like that.
His wife fought it. Nasty business.
Can't think why.
And she took him to the cleaners over the money. Hence the need for economies.
Yes, only one foreign holiday a year.
Self-catering. So how do you think Emma's going to boarding school?
I'll just make sure I get a better lawyer another time.
Heather coped very well, didn't you?
Well, I survived. I don't want him back or to see him ever again.
It doesn't always have to be acrimonious.
If you don't mind being walked over.
You can negotiate. Barbara and I did.
Yes, and you're still friends.
Just don't let the solicitors make a battle of it. After all, it's your life.
Yeah, I met Barbara. She's very nice.
You ring this number and join in the chat. There's no known who she's been talking to.
And how long's this been going on for, eh?
It's not all me. What about Rod?
But what about him?
Well, he uses it just as much as me.
Don't try and wriggle out of it.
Yeah, and when you get onto me now, you never stop.
And we'll have a bit less cheek and all.
You shouldn't have done it.
£200 that phone bill was, and it sounds like most of it was down to you. And me out of work. What have you been saying, eh? What have you told them?
Nothing.
Don't give me that. It doesn't cost £200 to say nothing.
I can't remember.
Well, you better remember.
Who are these people?
Don't know. Different every time.
Fellas,
No girls.
They can't all be girls.
what kind of talk was it, eh? Dirty? Anything nasty?
No, just chat, like about clothes.
What have you told them? Have you told them where you live? What if they come round?
Well, I'll murder anyone that does.
Honest, Mum, I only told them my name.
Not your real name.
You little fool.
How could you do such a thing?
Oh, eh? This is all right.
It's all right for you.
My dad would think this is stuff funny, you know, you cooking for me.
I've tasted your food, remember? We should do this more often.
Do what?
Well, both.
You're awful, you.
No, I mean, seriously, it's nice, isn't it? Being here together.
Yeah.
It's homely.
Pity it can't last. They'll be back tomorrow. Then it'll all start again. You know, good afternoon when I get up for my breakfast.
Golden oldie. Do you think they learn them out of a special parent joke book?
Yeah. Where you going, where have you been? What do you think this is, a hotel? They don't seem to realise I'm at university.
Well, why should they? It's just the same to them, isn't it? You're still their little girl.
I'm 19.
You have to leave home before they realise that.
Can't though, can I? Never get a grant with Livingston here.
You could always move in with me.
Go where? Your room's no bigger than the cupboard.
Not now, silly. Next year. I'm going to look for a flat. I've had enough of canteen food.
I thought you were going in with that Owen.
Owen, unless I can find someone better.
What, meaning me?
Well, what do you think?
We could never afford her.
No. Well, we'll look for somewhere cheap. And if I get a car, we won't have to worry about buses. We can go as far out as we like.
How are you going to get a car? They do cost, you know.
Well, my dad said he'd help. Sort of advanced birthday present.
Yeah, well, it's all right for some.
So come and join us, Karen.
Us?
Me and my ginger beer plant. We'd be hard up, I know, but it'd be worth it. Poor, but ever so happy.
You wouldn't let me see me mates. You wouldn't let me see anyone.
We wanted to keep an eye on you, that's all.
A bit late for that, isn't it?
And I've got nobody to talk to.
You've got us.
Wait, Mum.
You go to school, don't you? There's plenty there to talk to. Well, isn't there?
No.
Why not?
There's thousands of kids in that school. Don't tell me there isn't anyone to talk to.
You always had friends at your old school.
Well, this isn't my old school.
And whose fault's that?
And they don't like me.
You should have told us.
Nobody wants to talk to me.
You'll have to see the teacher.
What good will that do?
Only the nasty ones. The nice ones have been told not to.
What for?
Billy.
I've got a bad name.
What are you finding to do these days?
You thought of joining the Territorial Army?
Isn't there an age limit?
Yes, there is. I wasn't too keen anyway. You can't go backwards.
What about voluntary work?
Or maybe you need to keep earning.
I think you need to do something to use your management experience, Paul.
What about Meals on Wheels?
Well, I can't see Paul doing that.
If I took young Adam's advice, I'd be a cricketer. Or keep lizards.
Oh, he told you about that, did he? How his cruel dad won't let him keep a salamander.
A salamander? Ooh.
No, it's nice to see a boy so full of enthusiasm.
Adam's certainly got plenty of that.
He's quite an inspiration, I must say.
There must be something you can do, Paul. Yes, what about the bench? Can't you just see Paul as a magistrate?
That'd be interesting, Paul.
Like Monica, a friend of ours. She enjoys it very much.
Made a new woman of her after the youngest left home?
No, I couldn't.
I think you'd be very good at it.
Isn't there an age limit there, too?
I really don't think it's my cup of tea.
You're under 65, aren't you, Paul?
Yes, well under.
62.
Oh, it should be all right.
I'm not so sure.
Look, I hate all this talk about age.
Facts are facts.
No, they're not.
What do you mean?
I don't mean Paul's age isn't a fact. I mean, a date of birth is a fact, of course. Age is all in the mind. And to me, Paul's always seemed young.
Very nice. Don't you think so, Heather?
I mean, we just make a rod for our own backs with all these rules about age. We've all got to grow old. Unless we die young. I mean, why should someone be thrown on the scrap heap when they can still be useful simply because of a date on the calendar?
Yes, I quite agree.
Heather obviously appreciates maturity, don't you?
We should all be seen as individuals for what we have to offer regardless of age. I think Paul would make a very good magistrate. And if they don't want him, more fool them.
Bravo.
Thank you, Anna.
That was a very impressive speech.
Well, when you feel strongly about something.
Thank you for standing up for us oldies.
Hidden talent.
But what about experience? Have you any experience of public speaking, Annabelle?
Oh, only to a captive audience. I was a school teacher, long time ago.
That's it.
Sort of thing you don't forget.
Well, if you ask me, Paul isn't the only potential magistrate in this house.
Why don't you think about it, Annabelle?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
Pity to let your talents go to waste.
What do you want doing with this?
I should have gone in the post. With all that, I forgot.
Do you want me to take it?
I'll do it in the morning.
I'll see to it. Keep your fingers crossed for Wyala. We'll have to get some money from somewhere for that phone bill.
I don't know why she phones them up. They were talking rubbish when I listened in. What's your name? Where do you live? Where do you drink?
Why's he wasting her time like that?
Didn't realise she was so lonely.
She's brought it on herself.
He was older than her. He had the responsibility.
She doesn't deserve this. Standing on her own at playtime. Doesn't bear thinking about.
Well, we can't let her keep phoning up, can we? Do you realise how much it costs? It's double the normal rate.
It's not right taking advantage of lonely kids just to make money. They can get in all kinds of trouble.
We've got to make sure it doesn't happen again.
How?
Well, a phone lock wouldn't be any good, would it? On these flash modern phones with push buttons.
Yeah, it's not like the old days. Maybe we should get it taken out, make do with call boxes like we used to.
And why did we get a phone? Because the phone boxes were all vandalised. Besides, people need to ring, especially with me looking for a job.
We'll have to watch her then. That's all we can do.
But what a dreadful couple.
I thought that story about how they met the Lord Lieutenant was never going to end.
Oh, my God. What kind of shoes did she decide on in the end?
I've no idea. I dozed off by then.
They're right, though, about Annabelle making a good magistrate.
Oh, a fairly limited experience of life. Why does she know what it's like for people in the inner cities?
I think she'd be more sympathetic than some.
Paul wouldn't, please. He'd like to try it himself.
Yeah, well, that's why she was holding back, wasn't it? Spare his feelings if he was too old.
What exactly is the age difference between Paul and Annabelle?
Oh, I don't know. 13, 14 years, I think. But the same as us, and they get on fine.
So we'll get on fine.
Of course we will.
Just so long as we remember one thing. That we don't join the same tennis club as the Hutchinsons.
Nice of the Hutchinsons to offer to put our name forward for the tennis club, wasn't it?
They probably think I'm too old for that, too.
They didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
It was nice of you to speak up for me as you did.
It's true what I said. People make too much fuss about age. It's the sort of person you are, not how old you are, that counts. I've never noticed our age gap, and I'm sure Heather won't with Nick.
I'd quite forgotten what a bore Hutchinson can be. That marriage won't last long, if you ask me. They'll jog out of it as quickly as they jogged in.
Quite a good suggestion, though, wasn't it? About becoming a magistrate.
Me or you?
Oh, you, of course. If you're eligible.
If I'm not?
Well, I suppose it's sort of public duty. Sort of doing one's bit for society. If I'm asked, and it is a big if, mind you, I don't see how I could refuse. Do you?